And so that really impresses the gravity of the situation onto people and means that they approach it with the attention and the discipline. My name is Eachan Fletcher. I'm the founder and CEO of NestEgg.rent. NestEgg is an app for landlords to manage their properties online. They use our technology to manage any size portfolio in just minutes a month, and most of our customers improve their net income by 20 to 30% compared with using a traditional property manager. I started the company because I personally felt the need. I had been working a demanding day job, trying to grow a rental property portfolio myself, and I found there was very few good solutions out there for people at my scale. So hiring is probably the single most important thing you need to get right. Everyone will say that. That's not a secret. I have one magic trick that I insist on doing with every hire, and that is everyone involved in an interview loop has to, at the end of the loop, be a hard yes or a hard no on every candidate. I completely do not accept feedback structured around strengths and weaknesses or positive and negative things. I'm only interested in a yes or a no. And what you find if you enforce that is people realize that their decision matters, and they realize that they have to make a positive conclusion at the end of every interview they're in. And so they work hard to make sure they really go deep below the surface on every candidate, and they press hard on the competencies and the skills they need, because if they get it wrong, they've allowed someone who hasn't earned a place in the team to take one of those very finite coveted slots that we have. And if they get it wrong the other way around, they've denied us talent that would have carried us forward and allowed us to do even more great things. And so that really impresses the gravity of the situation onto people and means that they approach it with the attention and the discipline that they need to in every proceeding stage leading up to that final decision. Probably the thing we struggled with the most was how we told our story. And so when we first founded the company, we talked a lot about the technology we'd built. We talked a lot about the differentiation in the back end and the smart data that we had. And that was a very compelling story for early employees and for investors. And it took us very far very quickly. However, as soon as we launched in the market and we were talking to potential customers, that story just wasn't connecting. And we were struggling to bring people on board. And we couldn't understand why, because when we sat down with potential customers and we spent the time listening to their pain points and their problems and explaining what we did, they loved it and they came on board and they stayed on board. You have 2 to 3 seconds to make an impression. And so we learned through those conversations with those customers to adjust the story and instead talk about really quickly and concisely, talk about a highly relatable, relevant thing they can identify with. How is this going to change your life? How is this going to impact you on a day-to-day basis? And that was a story they connected with, and then growth took off.